Wasabi. I saw this game posted on Reddit. I thought, why not review it? It had a pretty interesting moment at the end. So this game was played last year in the European Club Cup. White is Zahar, Efimenko, 2600 player, and black, our hero, Richard Rapport, 2700 player. So very strong. Let's get on with it. E4, C5, knight F3, E6, D4, C takes D4, knight takes D4, knight C6. The Timman of Sicilian, fairly solid. Knight C3, C7, Bishop E2, just a classical way of playing. Castling short, the safe way. Okay, A6, controlling P5, stops all kinds of knights going there, preparing P5 at some moment. Castles, knight F6, Bishop E3, Bishop B4, attacks the knight, and white just plays knight F4. And now black could take on E4, but it would be a big mistake because, first of all, I would say in the opening or in the middle of game 2, it's often a bad idea to move the same piece twice if you don't have to. Sometimes it can lead to some kind of tactical problems, and in this case, indeed, will happen. So white could just take on c6 and make a double attack, and also attacking g7. And if black takes on c6, white can go in and still go to d4, attacking the bishop and attacking g7. So instead of black being greedy, black just plays bishop e7. Also a weird move, like I just said, moving the same piece twice is usually not a good idea. But take into note that the white knight also just moved twice. This is moved to a4, and black is arguing that the knight on a4 is maybe not optimally placed. And also when the bishop is not on b4 anymore, it can't be attacked. So now black is threatening to take on a4. So white has to do something about this knight, and the way is to just take on c6 and put the knight forward, attacking the knight. So white won the bishop pair, and but black has the file open for his rook. He can play d5 to have some pretty good central control. So it's not too bad for black yet. But obviously it's not the most common way of playing. Many top players don't play like this. Bishop d4, just protecting b2. Again, if knight takes e4, g7 is hanging. Black tries to harass the bishop. rook b6, just solidly moving away from the attack. Queen d3, white just defends, e4, d6, bishop c3, castles, b3, just making very solid moves, d5, taking the center, bishop e5, d8, and rook a d1. Not the most common move, so maybe it was a slight mistake. The most common is, and with good results, is queen to g3, just attacking this point. If black plays f6, then white is hoping that this e6 maybe will be weak, and also if the bishop moves like to f8, maybe white can play c4, knight b4, and take on f6. And also if like bishop f6, then like white can still continue and hope for an edge, some kind of small edge. Maybe a6 is slightly weak, and the c5 also. Anyway, we played this rook a d1, and now Rapport played bishop d6. Also an okay move. Computer suggests, oh, it's just taking the bishop pair. Knight f4, queen e4, knight takes e2, play this, exchange everything, and play c4. And now a lot of pieces have been exchanged. A pawn will be exchanged, and if white tries to be greedy, the problem is these pawns are really weak, and black can at any moment start attacking them. So that was a possibility black could have done, but instead he played this bishop d6 and queen g3, and this was maybe a slight mistake, because in the game what happened was that black played this queen b8 move, and white has to now react with his queen. But if white plays bishop g3, and if black tries the same idea, the thing is queen on g3 is protected, so white can do something else like c4, rook d2. Some kind of, so for example, let's say like c4, let's say knight goes here. Now we can play rook d1 and keep the queens on and hope to attack c5. Just put some little pressure. But instead, this indeed happened. And white had to react immediately. And bishop c4, yeah. And knight f6. If black tries to play, for example, knight c3, then unfortunately the knight will be trapped. It can't escape. Will be taken. Same with knight b4. Just for example c3. So, knight f6, just go back. And now the players play pretty okay moves, pretty solid moves. Both try to do something small and active, nothing special. Okay, some exchanging going on. And now white played h4. A slightly strange decision, just leaving g3 weak for a long time. But still, white is okay. It's very difficult for black to do anything. And now starts a funny maneuver, which in the end it doesn't actually lead to too much, because chess is just a very drawish game. It's very hard to get anything concrete, especially in the end game. But black is just, he sees that white doesn't have any play, and he's just hoping for some kind of weakness. So he sees that his knight on f6, it's not in the ideal square, so he has to maneuver it to a better one. And he can't play knight d5 because white can just take it. Should d3. White is just waiting. He's like, what's up? What are you gonna do? Knight b6, maybe coming to d5, so white stops it. Like he's still just aiming for another, so try to find some kind of way to get in. White just waits. Knight a7, king e3, and knight c6, and it finally, it's coming through. So white stops that, and now black is just hoping that c3, maybe it's slightly weak if he can just get his knight to d5. Also, now the white king, it can't use that square anymore to maybe attack black's weak pawns. So black again starts maneuvering. White just waits, does something small. Knight is coming to d5. White stops that. Again. Again he's hoping, okay, b3, maybe now. Maybe it's slightly weak now. Also d4 is possible. The square, it would be nice to get the knight there. Black just moves around. And finally, the last destination square for the knight. It comes here, attacks the g3 pawn. And now black is just hoping that maybe there will be some slight pressure. Maybe I have some kind of play left. And indeed, black has a small pull. But chess is just such a drawish game. It is equal. And I bet white didn't have much time left. And that's the reason why he lost. Rook e1. And black actually could have played b4 here. It's possible that he calculated this, but he just didn't have enough time to make sure that's not losing or anything. So for example, after all these exchanges, play like this. He probably calculated something like this. King b4. If here, like black will of course play king b5, and the c5 pawn will hang. This, and just wait. And if black tries this, black will indeed win the opposition, but he can't do anything. He can't go forward. He will be just blocked. And if here again g3 is protecting the f4 pawn, there's nothing you can do. But also it's possible to try this. Try to go to this endgame. But this is actually slightly better for white. These pawns are perhaps slightly weak, and the black king is a bit far away. Anyway, he didn't do that. He says, oh, there's no need to play fast, and he's true. He doesn't have to. It's still a draw. He just waits. And now he played king d2, which gives some chance. For example, black could already play a4. And if, for example, black plays here a4, white can play b4. After this, b4 is not possible, black can just take it. So white could have actually played a4 to just lock everything. Absolutely everything. For example, if black tries this, just go to this endgame, and the black king can't come through. All these squares are taken. If black plays f6, e5, white will just wait. There's nothing he can do. Black can take, and white will just take back, and it's just a draw. So that was one way. Instead, black indeed could have played a4. Instead, he played this, and then this is also a slight mistake. Now his king is far away from these pawns, and a4. Finally, a strike. And if white plays b4, then takes, attacking the pawn. The king is not, he can't come to c3 in one move, so has to push. Rook c3. Then again, the king is just too far away. This will be pushed. So white took on a4, rook a8, rook b3, rook takes a4, king d3, f6, rook c3, e5, takes, king e3, king d6, rook d3, king e6, rook c3, king e7, king f3, e4, king f4, king e6. And now white makes the final mistake. Rook b3. And the problem is, like in the game, that black can play king d5, and his king will help his pawns promote. So instead of that, white should play g4 with the idea that first of all, if takes, white will just take back and the king is pretty well placed. And if you take with this pawn, just push this pawn. And what can black do? If king f6, now the king can't come forward. So for example, rook b3 is possible. And the king has to go down. And white can just take. And these pawns are unfortunately not able to promote. So for example, e3, there are lots of moves. For example, you can do a little check if you want and just take. So g4 was a beautiful move. But again, I suspect white was in time trouble and it's just not easy to defend. You have to be just focused all the time, which is not easy when you only have like 30 seconds. So white played rook b3, and now it is just over. Nothing can be done. Actually, he played actually rook f6. Sorry about that. c1, 4, rook f1, king e3, c4. The pawn just going forward, king e2, and now a nice touch, nice final touch. It's c3. Very nice. The idea is that it takes, like happened in the game. Just c2, can't stop the promotion. One final check. Black controls c5, and he resigned. So, a good game. Richard just put some continuing pressure, and in the end, even though White had many ways to draw, but in the end, I guess it just wasn't easy enough. Still, I would assume most of the time 2600 guy will be able to defend, but this time he wasn't up to the task. And Richard, congratulations, he had a good game and a pretty nice moment in the game. 11 continuous knight moves. That's it. Thanks for watching.